If you're still battling breakouts, it's time to stop treating the surface and start treating the cause. Today, we're showing you how chemical peels can help clear your acne faster, smoother, and without wrecking your skin barrier.
Okay, one of the biggest concerns that people will call with, and it's really plays on their self-esteem, is acne. And when you have acne, you just don't feel fabulous about yourself.
No.
It's hard. Like even when you're going out going grocery shopping and out and about, or have to go to work, trying to cover acne.
Yeah, because you can cover it, but there's still bumps there. It's not
Yeah.
like something else, like a discoloration. Even when it's covered, and most of the time they put so much thick makeup and powders, and I know, I was there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you can still see it. I mean, maybe not from that front
For sure.
perfect view, but the second they turn their face or light reflects, you see bump, and it's not attractive. And yeah, it does. It really kills your self-esteem.
It definitely
There's nothing you
does.
can do.
Yes, it really does
bad.
affect self-esteem, confidence. It's hard to feel nice and confident when you know you're trying to hide something
Yeah.
on your face.
Yeah, like you
And-
only look good if in a dark room.
Yeah. Well, we have some amazing acne products
Yep.
that can help control your acne. And most importantly, we have some chemical peels. And we really want to talk about chemical peels and how those play a role, and what do you recommend as a, kind of a meat and potatoes, like these are the products you need to help get you started.
Yeah, this is the same, and I can narrow this down to 4 key products. Now, we have additional products, we have peels, we have other things you can do.
Yes.
But there are 4 products
Okay.
that I tell anybody that comes to me, and I don't care if it's a teenager
Got it.
or someone in their 50s. There are 4 things that work so well. And the first one is this AB cleanser with glycolic salicylic. This helps to exfoliate dead skin, and the salicylic also penetrates deep and helps to clear out the pores.
Okay.
So this is like step 1. Use this twice a day. And then after you wash, I want to go straight into epidermal growth factor. So this is Regenerate.
Yes.
Epidermal growth factor. And what this does is very healing. It heals acne. It helps to prevent acne.
Yes.
If you have cystic bumps where like you can't pop them, they're just that hard sore bump, you just take this, right? Dab it on a couple times on a spot.
Yes.
But if you're putting this on your whole entire face, you're already helping to combat that. This is step 2. Step 3 is vitamin B. Now, there are 2 kinds of vitamin B in here, and this is very healing, very soothing. It's a light moisturizer, and this helps to heal acne as well. It gives your skin barrier all balanced, and it's just, this is perfect. This is perfect. So, like, this is your morning. Wash, Regenerate, vitamin B.
Got it.
And then at nighttime, same thing. Wash, Regenerate. And now, generally, we put all our serums on before our cream. So I'm going to say right before you put your cream on, we want to put our retinoid on. So Fusion A 0.15 is where I start most people at.
Yes.
And this too, like the salicylic, digs deep into the pores, helps to shed the lining, and it helps to tighten the pore, right? So that's working in multiple ways to help prevent acne. So you will put this on, you will wash, Regenerate, retinoid, and then vitamin B again. And if you do this every single night, acne cycle is about 5 weeks. But if you're doing this every single night,
Right.
by the time you get through that 5 weeks, your skin should be pretty well clear. We are healing, we're exfoliating, all that kind of stuff. Now, there are, of course, other things you can use,
Yes.
right? So if you like toners, it's not mandatory. Like, I'm trying to make this simple for people. 4 products, this is
Yes.
all you need for.
Right.
If you like to use a toner, this Purify toner is super helpful. Some people are extremely oily. They
Right.
have a lot going on. If your skin is okay and is going to tolerate more acid, this has the Mandelic, it has salicylic, it has glycolic. This is very good to help get that extra cleaning. Some people need that.
And they could just use that just like in the oily T-zone
Yeah.
as well, so they're not drying out their cheeks.
Yeah, and we actually say to use this like 1 time per day
Right.
on here. It's not like a 2 time per day thing. It's strong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they can use that if they want or spot treat with it, whatever you want. And then, of course, if you're going outside, you need SPF.
Yes.
So not everybody likes SPFs when they have acne-prone skin because they can be like really greasy feeling and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So this one, the face, this is an SPF 40. It just comes in 40. This is matte, so it's mattifying. And this is super for someone that has oily, acne-prone skin.
Nice.
Super good. And if you want to just, dry out, I suggest one of 2 things if you want to help to dry out a pimple. Number 1 is, of course, regenerate. We already talked about that. If you're putting it on every day, you're helping it. You could also, if you have cystic or something, just dab it a few times throughout the day. And then, of course, we have like a traditional drying lotion here that has like the sulfur in it. So this is something you dip your little Q-tip in before you go to bed at night, when it's okay to have that look on your face, dab,
little pink
dab,
dot,
dab, dab,
little
all
pink
the
dots.
dots everywhere. Go to bed, and this will help to shrink things. You can like put it on your nose, or just cover your nose. There's a lot of things you can do with this. That's super. And of course, peels, right? So this is your daily regimen. This is going to take care of a lot of things. If you want to speed it up a little bit, you can do a peel. Now, keep in mind, like when we're talking about that 5-week acne cycle. Well, I always say 5 weeks, you've got lots of layers of skin, right? So you've got pimples forming down here and here and here and here and here. Like, week 1, if we're using exfoliating acids and let's say we took off this skin and maybe part of this skin, all of a sudden people get that purging, right?
Yeah.
That's because you're looking at pimples working their way up to the surface early. So you got pimples from this week, but you got it from this week and next week at the same time.
Yes.
So they're like, oh my gosh, it's making my skin worse.
It's making it worse. I know.
It's not. Up and out, up and out, up and out. This can only go on so long. As soon as you get these pores cleared out, it's done.
Stay the course.
Keep it up. So sometimes, if you're okay with a little bit of excess purging, throw a peel in. And I suggest something along the lines of like a salicylic.
Yeah. You
can do, if you're a teen or preteen, you could use the 3. 16 and up, something like that. Salicylic 15.
Got it.
Or Mandelic. There's the 22 or the 40. Either of these will help to get that skin off more quickly. So like I said, you might purge a little bit more, but you're going to maybe speed up the process a bit. If you like to do like a deeper peel, Jesner, super.
Yeah.
That's obviously a much deeper peel. You're going to get more layers off at a time.
Correct.
But this can substantially speed up that 5-week cycle.
So Jesner's more of a once a month peel.
And these can be done like once a week or once every other week. I really suggest every other week because you have to stop your retinoids, like about 4, if you're doing a lighter peel, maybe 4 days or so before you do that peel. You don't want to never be able to use the retinoid.
Yeah.
You want to use that. So every other week.
You could alternate.
Yeah.
Use your
do your
retinoids,
peel, and then when you're done, most of the time you don't even have like flaking, it's just dryness.
Right.
And then you're done, maybe 5 days, you're feeling pretty good. You start using your retinoid again.
Yes.
And then you're preparing for your next peel, a week-ish later. Then, you're still going to be able to get probably 4 days or so of using your retinoid before you stop again and give that another few day break and then do your peel. I find that works easiest for people.
Yes.
But that's super helpful.
Well, the biggest questions that I get, or I guess the biggest errors that people are making when they have acne, is they're using so many drying products and they're not moisturizing properly because they feel like moisture is, causing them to break out or, things like that. And it always surprises me as well, like when I recommend emu oil as well at nighttime because it has anti-inflammatory properties.
Antibacterial.
Exactly. They freak out because it's an oil.
It's a safe oil,
It's a safe oil, and it really
Not every
does
oil
have
is bad.
great properties. I get that you don't want to use it during the day because maybe with makeup and things like that.
It'll be greasy.
But moisturizing is so important because you're using drying products, so your sebaceous glands are pumping more oil. And sometimes things, can get worse. And that's the other thing is when they feel like they had a breakout. This caused me to break out. However, you just explained.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go through that
The
in
reasoning
depth.
behind that. So
Exactly.
Stay the course. Continue on.
And let's talk about, like you just brought up one other point,
Yeah.
which was, it's very important so you don't get dry.
Right.
To put these on, or so you don't get excessively oily. Like we want to put these products on damp skin. So you wash your face, and then you don't like towel dry like crazy
Right.
and buff your face dry so it's like dry as a Sahara Desert, and then start putting products on.
Got it.
You want to wash your face, and if you're just standing there and you're getting ready to put step 1 on, I will grab a towel, but I will like barely touch my face just because I don't want to be dripping.
Yeah.
And then I grab and I start putting my Regenerate on immediately.
Yes.
Because to stop that excessive oil, you have to moisturize your skin. It
Yes.
doesn't matter if you're oily naturally or have acne naturally. You have to put on your products on moist skin, and then you want to lock that moisture in there, and then you follow up with a cream, which is your vitamin B. And it's not a heavy moisturizer, but it will help to lock the water that's on your face, that's in Regenerate, onto your skin, so you'll find that you're not oily all day.
Yeah.
It'll be much more controlled, and it can take a little bit, like if just changing this, making this effort to put it on damp skin, you will notice over the coming weeks that your skin's not nearly as oily as it used to be. And the retinoids help with that too, because they also help to regulate your sebum output. So that will help to slow it down a little bit, while it's helping with the acne. Other things that can help regulate the oil are the LED, the blue LED. Now, red is also beneficial. Red and infrared are both beneficial for acne, but blue especially kills, bacteria, and it's also good for helping the oil regulation. So I highly recommend throwing an LED into the mix as well, because you can put that on every day. You could put it on after you rinsed your peels. You can put it on, at any time. Leave it on for at least 10 minutes, and you do some red, do some blue.
Right.
They're both going to help, but if you have a lot of bacteria issues and things like that, or excessive oil, do the blue. But I always suggest putting a little bit of red in there too, because red is also known to be healing for acne. It's just like blue gets all the credit, but red is still helpful too.
Right. I mean, let's touch base again on this Regenerate, because I personally have suffered with cystic acne, and the second, if you are prone to it, obviously you want to get it into your regular regimen. However, once in a while, you will still, on occasion,
monthly or something,
get something. Thank God for me, it's only maybe 1 or 2 times per year now, since I've been using the Regenerate for so long. But the second you feel like something is coming on, start putting it on. Just dab it on, even if it's a few times per day. Many times it just kind of goes away before it erupts into a cyst.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really remarkable. One other thing I want to mention about the Regenerate is, remember we had a very wonderful review from a customer who had perioral dermatitis.
Yes, it's on the page.
Yes, and that was an amazing product that helped her in a very short span of time, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to say so. I think I literally saw it the other day, because it's on the Regenerate page.
Absolutely.
That she said that she had that perioral dermatitis, and that helped her.
And that's so
amazing.
Stubborn, the perioral dermatitis.
Because your daughter would get that.
Yes, my daughter has had it in the past, and of course you have to normally go to the dermatologist, but this particular customer had already been on the antibiotics, and it's just stubborn. It takes a while to go away, and anything you use on that particular,
it's like it's not normal. I mean, your skin isn't behaving normally,
right?
And
even when you're
to
cleanse, it'll flare up, but that Regenerate, hands down.
I would think too, another thing, just not sitting here or anything, but I would think the XO-AD could potentially be another good one, because that's all about normalizing the skin, and things aren't functioning right, making them function right. That could be something to test in the future maybe, but Regenerate, the growth factor, and there's a lot of growth factors. There's growth factors, and there are tons of different things in here. It's not just epidermal growth factor. There's like 6 other things in here.
Sure.
It's amazing.
All right. We're back at it. We had to take a quick break to unload a massive 1,000-pound labeling machine from a truck.
Fun experience.
So it
invigorating.
It was very invigorating. Got my heart pumping. So now let's get back to our acne talk here.
Right. So peels.
Yeah. Is there anything if you have acne,
Yeah.
active acne, and
That's
you
different.
are planning to do a peel, is there any precautions, anything that you should not do?
The one thing that I can think of is, let's say if you have an active blemish. Okay, so if it's sealed closed, like you haven't tried to pop it, you don't have a wound, it's
Yeah.
just sealed, you got a bump, that's okay, apply your peel like normal.
Okay.
If, let's say, you did, pop one or something like that, we don't want to put the acid on that wound. It's an open wound. I don't care if it's been 3 days.
Sure.
So what you would need to do in that case is after you've washed your face and you've stripped it and you're ready to put your peel on, take a little dab of either Aquaphor or Vaseline or whatever you have, an ointment, and just dab it right on that blemish or blemishes, whatever,
Sure.
because we're creating a little barrier. So when you put the peel on, I
Sure.
mean, you could try to avoid it, but acid seeps further.
Definitely.
That's why I don't want you to just try to avoid it, because even where you lay that acid down, it's going to go further than you think.
It's going to travel.
Yes. So just, try to avoid it, but you'll have that ointment on there to protect it anyways.
Got it.
And if for some reason you do put it on an open wound, you won't make that mistake again because it burns terribly. And of course, it's going, even if it's just a salicylic or something, it's going to frost
Immediately.
and be white, and then you're going to have a scab, and it's just not fun. So just, that's the only thing I can think of that's really different,
Right.
that you would have to watch out for.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much of anything else. You're just going to apply it like you always would. Oh, one more thing I would notate is that, especially if you're using like a Jesner or a salicylic,
Right.
both of those are really anti-inflammatory.
Right.
So if you were to put it on a blemish that hasn't been an open wound, you will notice that it will shrink it a little bit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they'll look better
Yes.
after you're done with your peel just because of that anti-inflammatory effect.
Absolutely.
So that will help, and it will help any active blemishes to heal a little bit more quickly with that,
Nice,
aggressive
nice.
treatment. So I don't know, that's really about it.
So just to recap, obviously we're going to stick with our 4 crucial products for controlling the acne.
Yep, every
then-
single day. Boom, boom, boom.
And you would stop the retinoid about 5 days before.
Yeah, depending
were
on
to
what
do a
acid
peel.
you're doing. If you're doing a milder one,
Right.
maybe it's like only 4 days.
Sure.
But if you're doing the Jesner, I would, somewhere between 4 and 6 days. Everybody's different.
Good. Well, I think this will definitely help get people on the right track.
Yes.
Again, don't forget about the blue light and the red light
Yes.
with the Illuminate. That's
And anyone can do this. Oh, now I thought of one more thing. All right, so with the teens and preteens,
Yes.
this can be too strong. This is the Fusion A, the
Got it.
retinoid. So what I normally say, like for anybody starting, if you're not using a retinoid, you start using this, I want you to use this no more than 2 or 3 times a week because you're going to get a little dry.
Yes.
You could be sensitive and irritated. The next week, try to add on one more day, see how your skin goes, add on one more day. You have to ease into retinoids. Now, like teens and tweens and stuff like that, their skin might be a little bit more sensitive. So what I have always suggested is to do like a pump of your Fusion and a pump of your vitamin B and mix it together in your hands because now you've
Sure.
diluted it in half and then apply it. So now you've just cut that 0.15 in half to like, a
Right,
0.07 instead of that 0.15. And that will make it a lot more tolerable.
Gotcha.
Or,
Yeah.
every other day
Yeah.
or every second day. Just, it's still a very, very important, but
Right.
the younger crowd or the more sensitive people might need to be a little bit more cautious in that. Just diluting 2 products together, mixing it together, applying that helps a lot. You could actually even do all 3 if you wanted to. You could do like Regenerate. This is something I would do. Regenerate, vitamin B,
Yeah.
Fusion, mix it together and put it on, and now you've made it a little bit more tolerable.
Nice. And they're only going to use that retinoid
Just at
one
night.
time every couple of days to start to slowly acclimate the skin.
Ease into it.
So let's say they're on a budget and they want to do the cleanser and they want to do the B complex.
Yeah.
If they had to choose between Regenerate and retinol. I guess if they're cystic, I would go with Regenerate.
Yeah.
I know you love your retinol.
I would, and I would pick retinol. So it really depends. You know what I would say in that case?
Yeah.
We take Klarna. We take
yes, a
the
pay later
PayPal
account. Yes.
payments. We also have Affirm payments. get everything you need, and your payment might be like $20 a week for 5 weeks or whatever it is. I'm not sure the total.
Absolutely.
But I would say to do that instead of skimping.
Right.
I think I would.
What a great suggestion.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about the pay
Just
later
came to me.
programs that we have. A lot of
There's
people
3
are
of them.
using those now. I see
Yes.
that a lot, which is good, which is nice because they can get everything they need and then space it out into X amount of payments.
And these are going to last months.
Yeah.
These aren't just going to last, 1 month. These are going to last like 3+ months. You're 90 days. You're using these twice a day, every
Sure.
single day. It's still going to last a very long time.
Excellent.
I think that's what I would do instead of trying to choose, because they're just both important in their own way.
Yes.
That's kind of like narrowed it down to these 4
Got it.
for each individual reason. Like, and I don't want to necessarily put this one with this and like combine another product, because some of these are at like high potencies, and when you're mixing it,
Yeah.
you're just not going to get what you need from it. And there's so many uses for all of these. You don't want to just
Right.
make another
Well,
product.
and we've seen amazing results with these 4,
Yeah.
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 Perfect. Awesome.
All right. Well, then obviously, if you have any questions, just reach out to us. Again, go to the Facebook Guru page, email support@platinumskincare.com, or call us.
Yeah, 1-800-917-3155.
Yay.